Okay guys, in this video I'm going to be going over Groundfloor's introducing what they call third generational investing experience. If you guys aren't familiar with Groundfloor, Groundfloor allows you to invest in real estate loans so you can provide loans for your peers. If you want to see a more in-depth video, just check it out where now they have a auto investor account. So as what they call welcome to Groundfloor 3.0, a new and automated way you can invest in real estate, expanding on a highly awarded investment technology platform. So now it pretty much allows you to a passive way with just $100 to invest in these real estate loans. And the goal for the target goal would be to get, I believe, a 10% return. Also, look at the email. As you can see, they sent me an email today, 10/16/2023. Not really sure when this particulars come out, but they call it the third generation investing platform. The goal is to get 10% return. You should receive cash flow in 3 months. Auto diversification. Set it and forget it. Now, what I'm going to go over before they had it where you end up picking the loans yourself, so it was a lot more active, if you want to say. And I'll show you my investing account and also probably give you an update. Before they had it where you can, if you can see, let's go to invest. Before they had it where you can end up just going through the loans that you want to provide for people that want to do renovation or rehabs. You can provide the particular loans, and you would end up just finding the loans you want based off of the greatest, the risk level and the amount. End up picking it yourself. But now I wanted to go over, and I'll go over an update on my portfolio last, but we wanted to go over the auto investor account. So this one is this is the one I have right now, the regular investor account, but this is the auto one. It's just $100. What I'll end up doing is I'll probably end up putting $100 just to track it, just to see how well it goes. But all you have to do is click on the auto investor account. We're going to add funds. We're going to do a one time from my account, and then I'm just going to probably just transfer $100 just to see how it end up going, how many loans get deferred, or just to track and see how everything goes. Okay, that money is, I now put it in there, it's pending, so it probably take 3 to 5 days to clear. And once the 3 to 5 days come into play, I'll end up giving you an update. So, oops, let me make sure. Yeah, so once 3 to 5 days, it's pending now, but once 3 to 5 days, and that money should be in the account, and they should show what type of investments they particularly had as far as the loans. And I'll keep you guys updated as well. Now I'm going to give you an update on my regular ground floor portfolio, the ones where I pick the loans. I also have it on auto invest, where as soon as I normally only pick type C's loans because I believe the yield return I would want was at least 10%. And at the time, let me see what C's are now. Okay, so C's are actually a little bit higher, but at the time, C's was like 10%. So now I would probably stick with B and C. Typically, I would want above with the S&P would probably give you like a 10%. So if I could get 10% or better, be good. So the type B is 10 and the type C is 12. So I probably would just stick with the B and C. Also, keep in mind that the yield from the treasuries gives you about 5.5, and that's risk free. So I want it to probably at least be double that because I'm taking on risks. So I probably would go with B and C's. Right now, I have it set on just C's. Anyway, if you have any questions or concerns, and make sure you check my other videos, I kind of go into more detail of what you want to look for in the loans and how people pay off the loans faster. So, and somebody could potentially default on the loan. So make sure you check the other ground floor investing updates where I kind of go into a lot more particular details. So now let's see how my overall portfolio has been doing. Let me see investing activities. Okay, so as far as cash on hand, $5.81. Each loan that you provide needs to be $10. So I have it like where it's auto invest, and right now I just have them all invested into Type C. Since I might do B2 as well, so now since it's a 10 for you can get 10% yield for B as well, and it's a little less riskier. So I probably just stick with B and C now. I probably can make that change. As far as money at hand, $2,520. So next, as far as the investments loans, 60 altogether. Far as the actually repayment loans, I have 65 loans out now. Total invested 2,520. Expected rate 11.1. Now these are the ones that have already been repaid. 96. Invested $3,390. And most of the time, the reason why it's that big of a difference because I just reinvested any type of interest that I gain. I just kind of keep reinvesting it. That's why it's, as you can see, first the repayment amount was 3,390, but the amount invested is actually 2,520 because a lot of that money was kind of recycled back in and it counted twice. So the expected rate is 10.4, actual rate is 10.3% return. Now this is like I'm kind of going over this again, but amount invested $2,520, expected earnings $250.20. Now, as far as the repayments, I kind of went over this $3,390, and the net earnings is $201.95. Now let's go to the next one. So this one it shows how many are in performing. I mean, currently 31 loans amount invested 1,290, 51% expected rate, and then these are extended. They actually, I guess, for extended period of time, and these are defaults pending the workout. So it's 10 defaults, performing 31. So once everything you calculate it all together, and they conclude the expected rate is 11.1. I'll probably have to kind of hand check that myself, but I'm just kind of going over it. And this is where you can always see the term, the expected rate, the expected earnings, and all that stuff for your loans, and it shows the locations as well. The notes, let's skip that. The shows the repayment amount. So if you want to look under the hood and see how everything was going, and this is kind of give you a little bit more breakdown as well as far as the total percentages of the loans, the percentage of this is actually pretty new. I think I didn't actually seen this before, but this is a much bigger breakdown. So this is a just a portfolio summary of like everything all together and how they calculated the $201.95. As you can see, for performed 56 loans, this is what how they calculated what they're showing, how they calculated the 10.3%. So for performed 56 loans, $2,150, 63% of the portfolio, expected rate 10.5, actual rate 10.3, and that's the net earnings of $84. Now extended, these that mean they went longer than what was expected. 36 was extended, 34 my portfolio for the amount of $1,160. Expected rate versus actual rate 10.4, and net earnings $107.54. Now this one is defaulted as far as loans. So default for loans invested $80, portfolio percentage 2.4 percent, and as you can see the net earnings there as well is $9.69. So the total net earnings is $201.95. So it's the expected versus actual. Now I also probably want to look into this a little bit more because it's the first time I've actually seen this layout because it seems to be pretty new. That wasn't this wasn't there before. And of course, they got the transaction history and stuff like that. But I will definitely keep you guys updated. I just invested $100. I guess the activities you'll have to see how it goes on the next video. But that concludes everything. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel.